Thank you, everyone. My name is Abiodun Awokunle, and this is a presentation on our final assignment for our data visualization course. It's the Open Data Visualization and Storytelling. And today we will be talking about the career history of Muhammad Ali, who is generally being believed to be the greatest of all time in boxing. My colleagues today are Favor Eforoku, uh, Bright Idemudia, Taiwo Obalola, and Tunde Obatayo. So if you can quickly go to the overview. Yeah, so Muhammad Ali's life and time in the ring. He was originally born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. He's an American professional boxer and social activist. He was the first fighter to win the World Heavyweight Championship on three separate occasions. He successfully defended his title 19 times. Uh, he had a total fight of 61. And out of that 61, he won 56 and he lost five. So we have done visualizations uh, from the data that we are able to get about him. And those visualizations, we have talked about his opponent's nationality. If you can just quickly click on that page downstairs, sorry, down, his opponent's nationality, so that you can see our visualization. Opponent's nationality, okay? So
Right.
the type of wins that he had, uh,
Right.
which we are talking about the outright knockouts and technical knockouts. We also saw a progression of the number of fights that he had, and we also have a dashboard for life and time, and then an overview page, and also his fighting years as it is. So at this time, I will be handing over to Bright Idemudia, who will be talking about the fights that he had during his career history.
Thank you, Biodun. Um, all right. So on this page, we try to explain through visualization the fighting career of this great boxer Muhammad Ali. So Muhammad Ali actually started his professional career in the 1960s at the age of 18 years old. He succeeded in fighting, uh, winning two fights for that year. And then the following year happened to be one of his highest number of fights over his entire career, where he fought about 8 fights and won the entire fight. And again, Ali boxing license, if you look at a point, was withdrawn due to some other personal on non-boxing related issues he had with the government of the United States, where he refused to, he turned down a draft call. So again, he had just a five record of losses, which came in at different point in time. That was his first one with in 1971, and then he won about six other match games before he recorded his second loss. And then towards the end of his career, where some health issues began to set in, and that started reflecting in his results. So it's about he lost three of his last four fights before he retired. And something else I also we want to quickly show you here is at different ages. So at the age of 19, that was when he had his the longest fight in 1 year. He was 19 years old and he fought about 8 fights. Then at the age of 24, he had four fights in 1971. That was when he recorded his first loss. So in towards his retirement, he retired at the age of 39, where he also recorded his loss. So I would also like to hand over now to Taiwo Obalola, who will be taking us through some of the comparison that we have made between him and other great boxers.
Thank you, Pride, and thank you, Abiodun. Here, I'm here to compare the greatest of boxers, which we have a lot of them, which will consider the Muhammad Ali to be the subject, the project here. So Muhammad Ali happened to be a very great boxer, and there are other boxers who are considered the greatest of all time, given their fight records. The visualization shows Ali versus other prolific boxers in different perspective. And also the boxers, the above statistics reveals that each boxer was superior in other techniques, like best known to them. Below is a highlight of the fight. Here we can see that Tyson has um, the highest first round knockout, which happens he still owes the title up till date, being um the boxer who has 22 first round knockouts out of 50. So
50
out of
wins.
so his wins out of he had 55 wins. He had 50 wins. So out of the 50 wins, he had 22 first round knockout. And I'm going to compare as well Joe Fraser, who also won Muhammad Ali once, which Muhammad Ali won another fight against him. George Foreman is another prolific boxer, which he has a 94% win ratio compared to Muhammad Ali, who has 92% win ratio. And yeah, we're going to compare uh, we're going to compare the win ratio of George Foreman, the percentage of his win, which he has about George Foreman has 94% win ratio. Uh, Joe Fraser has 86% win ratio, and Mike Tyson has 86% win ratio as well. And lastly, Muhammad Ali, which has 92% ratio, which is closer to that of George Foreman. I would like to hand over to okay. Lastly, the net worth of George Foreman, which is currently $300 million, and uh, Joe Fraser, which has $100,000, which had $100,000, and Mike Tyson, which has $3 million as his net worth, and Muhammad Ali, before his death, he had $50 million. So with this comparison, we have different perspective of ranking the greatest boxer. So from here, I'm going to transfer uh, to favor Furuku to the concluding aspect.
Thank you, Taiwo. Thanks so much, everyone. I'll just be going over as a kind of conclusion to discuss what we have done in summary and to also explain the source of our data set as well as some of the things we used in the project. I want to wrap up by saying that when it comes to the life and the times of Muhammad Ali, especially as regards boxing, a lot of debates continue as regards him being the all-time um, boxer. However, in this project, we've been able to explain his record in terms of fighting, in terms of how his career began, his longevity of his career, the fight, the knockouts he had, and also we're going to explain some of titles he won, as well as discuss some of the period he had in terms of break when he went to Excel. We also be able to compare with other boxers such as George Foreman, Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier, and we've been able to see that while they still to be to other good boxers, his record still continues to be outstanding and there still continues to be debate. Um, I'll just go back to the data set to explain a little bit. And before I go there, I want to just explain that we got our sources of data from if you want to go to the source of the data, yeah, that's the source of the data. And we use a lot of Google images which have been referenced. Okay, so the data set, this is data set we use. We got it from um online and we put the source. And these are the various variables we looked at. Look at the fight, the years he started his fight, the date, the year in terms of the actual year of the time of the year, then the type of fight came out to. Is it a knockout? Was it a draw? So knockout is for like KO. Then if it is technical knockout, that's the TKO. If it was a draw and the likes. We also looked at the opponent as well as comparing the countries the opponent came from and seeing how according with the kind of knockout or the kind of how the fight ended and how many times he actually won the fight or he lost the fight. And we also see like in the break in between when it was 25 and 28 years when he had the issues as regards his license being seized. Um, Obviously, the location of the fight actually affected the revenue. Higher cities like London and everything attracted larger funds and revenues for the fight. And we looked at the revenue generated. Obviously, we try to convert this data into um, using inflation to look at what it will have been in today's dollar amount. And we've been able to see that if it was to be like in um, today's currency, in today's US dollars, Mohamed Ali would have generated over $1 billion or $1.9 billion from his fight throughout his career. He's been reputable because his fight attracted large crowds and a lot of participants from different places. Even one of his when he had to do as a referee for one of the last WWF, he actually generated so much over 1 million US dollars from that fight. So in looking at the overall view in terms of his popularity as regards how brutal and how fatal he was, that actually affected his revenue even before his death. He was really well known and well welcomed in the boxing arena. With this, we believe that we've been able to that was about um 50 million US dollars at his death. So with this point, we've been able to establish how good and how the life and time of Ali in the ring, and hopefully this inspires us to do more visualization. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.